else.
Right, so Eddie Hearn has given a statement to Sky Sports, and obviously over the Joshua Wilder situation, and we'll get straight into it. This is what Eddie Hearn said. I'm not letting Anthony Joshua fight this fight with an 8-week camp, because this is everything, this fight. Everything that he's built towards his whole professional career, maybe his whole boxing career, is built towards this moment. We're not just going to go, oh yeah, let's dive in and do it on a date that doesn't give us the best prep time. I think more realistically, October, November is a solution, but that does rule out the place where we wanted to stage it, which is Wembley. So lots to try and resolve, but we want the fight. We're prepared to sign for the fight right now. They'll see the contract, they won't see anything out of the ordinary, then we'll go from there. They want to get moving. They boxed on the 31st of March, so he's had a nice break. He sort of just started ticking over now, but we would like to know. They would like a discussion. They feel like Povetkin is a very, very tough fight. They feel like Wilder is a very, very tough fight. But AJ is up for fighting them both. Of course, he wants the Wilder fight. He wants to be undisputed champion. But if it's going to be slow-tracked, if people are going to mess around, if it's going to drag on, they would rather jump in and say, okay, let's go end of September with Povetkin, then keep the discussions going with Wilder. But sign now. Like I said, if Wilder says we're good to go, that's almost certainly going to be the next fight. I don't want to affect the discussions, but we have to move at an extraordinary pace and possibly do it somewhere that isn't ideal or where AJ wanted it to be next. But I believe this fight will 100% be signed in the next 3 or 4 weeks. That is Eddie Hearn's statement. So, right off the bat, I'm pretty sure I know that our American cousins over there, the Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua haters, Wilder fanatics, will read every little word into this and pull out and twist every little thing. And I'm pretty sure, in fact, I'll eat my underwear if they don't jump all over this 8-week camp thing. Even though for logical people like you and me, what he's saying is, don't string out the negotiations any longer. You've got a contract, sign it, let's get it done. Because originally when they sent out the 12.5 million, it took Wilder 2.5 weeks to even respond. Okay? And then 4 weeks ago, well, actually 5 weeks ago now, Eddie Hearn sent out an offer, and it took Wilder 4 weeks to accept it. So now he's now got an official contract. Don't be waiting another 4 weeks because Joshua is unwilling to do a short camp to get this fight. So sign it now and let's both of us have a proper camp. That's what he's saying, okay? But, you know, these guys will try and twist it like, Eddie Hearn's trying to get out of it. You know what they're going to do. You just know it. So he's absolutely right. I mean, Wembley would have been the ideal situation, but because Wilder took 4 weeks to respond and accept the offer, which is outrageous. Why does anybody take 4 weeks? I will never know. Then they missed out on the September date. So now it looks like if he is going to be fighting Povetkin, this is Joshua of course, then he could fight Povetkin end of September. And again, I've heard people say, well, why is it he's willing to fight Povetkin in September, but not Wilder in September? It's very obvious, right? In the UK, Joshua fighting does not affect the pay-per-view of what's happening with Canelo and Triple G on September the 15th, okay? In the UK, the market is not going to be disrupted. But in America, it will be. And yes, Wilder and Joshua will be pay-per-view in America. People will not pay $60 to $100 on each fight. One of these fights is going to take a hit, if not both of them, pay-per-view number-wise. So that's why they can't fight Wilder in September. Pretty obvious, but some people just, it goes right over their head for some reason. So either way, it looks like it could well be October, November time, which is fine. If it's at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, again, fine. Not a problem. I'll prefer it personally at Wembley. We know they can't do it in October in Wembley because Wembley is booked. It's got NFL for some reason. As I said before, I've never known NFL to be popular over here, but Wembley's booked for October. So maybe November at Wembley, potentially, but it'd be freaking cold. But anyway, so that's pretty much what's going on. It's just a case of Wilder, don't string it out. You've got the contract. How long he's had the contract, I don't know. As far as I understood, It was Sunday, but some people say it's today, some people say it was yesterday. To be perfectly honest, I don't exactly know. But either way, Wilder's now got the contract. Do not take 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to sign this contract. If there's something that you're not happy about the contract, say it now. Get it done. That's pretty much what he's saying. Joshua is unwilling to have an 8-week camp. Joshua has historically always had 10 to 8-week camps. That's what he's doing. You could argue, say, well, whatever camp that Joshua has, Wilder will also have. Yes, and you'll be right with that. But Joshua has 12-week camps. That's pretty much what he does. He's always done that. And he's not going to make allowances. So, Wilder, if you want this fight next, sign the contract. If you're unhappy with anything, like I said, go back to Eddie Hearn. Go back and say, listen, I'm not happy about this bit. Let's get this bit changed. And don't be making extraordinary demands, because you've already agreed to the UK part, and we know the sticking point for you will be the rematch, because you didn't want the rematch. Joshua does want a rematch. Joshua always puts a rematch in his contract, much like Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko used to always put rematch clauses in the contract, because you never know what happens, right? One punch can change everything. So don't string it out any longer. It's Wilder's fault that this has been going on for so damn long. He could have signed this weeks ago for $12.5 million, because he said it's not about money, it's about legacy. Why people count his pocket? He doesn't care about the money. If he didn't care about the money, then he would have signed for $12.5 million then. But his little tactic, he's got a little bit more money out of it. Why? Because he's greedy and overvalued himself, and Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are having to overpay him. Outrageous. But anyway, Wilder, don't be stringing this out any longer, because as you said there, Joshua is unwilling to do an 8-week camp. So in other words, sign it and let's get this damn fight done. Move on to the next. So bring your belt over, shine it up real nice. Don't pay for your return flight with it, so you can save a few dollars on your return flight, because you won't be needing that extra baggage, because you will be leaving that belt behind. And that's it. And then Joshua will go fight Povetkin. Or he'll fight Povetkin now, end of September, where pay-per-view isn't affected by Triple G Canelo. And then you guys fight end of the year. However, just agree on something. Get the damn thing done. I'm sick of it. Drop your thoughts below. Click your thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.